Alright, hello everybody. This is something I'm just kind of messing around with. I have an NES, and though my collection is very much smaller than it used to be, I do have a first gen of The Legend of Zelda. And I wanted to do like a playthrough on it. Well, at least the second half, you know, like when everything's all mixed around and stuff like that. This will pick up after my first death, which was partway through Death Mountain. Because really what I was just trying to do is I was just trying to play through the whole game and not die. I mean, I've done it before, and I just wanted to. Don't mind that flicker. That was just me using a lighter. That's not gonna happen too much. That's the only time I really noticed it. But how this recording is very old school. I do not have a capture card on in my computer, so the audio is hooked in as the microphone and being recorded from the Nintendo, and I have a camera set up recording it. So that's why it's a little. This is just a test. That's why it's kind of a little janky, but I just wanted to have some fun and try this and see what was going on. So we're gonna start here. I just wanted to jam to that for a little bit. So, like I bought this. This is used, and Ukaha was already there. So you know, I'm just gonna leave that. This is me doing the setting up for my sync, so I can do the audio sync, since the audio is being recorded separately from the video. So, as I said, I died. So I'm going to use the blue potion, because I'm going to have to buy a red potion anyways, and it's not like you get a discount for having a blue. So I'm using that since I'm just going to have to buy a new one anyways. So that's what all of this is about. So the beginning of this is just going to be, yeah, essentially me running around and getting some cash, you know. Since it's like all RNG, there's not like there's really one good place in particular to farm, but I just kind of wrap around a little bit. So the whole reason that I wanted to do this is because, yeah, like I said, I wanted to record the little second quest, I guess is what it's called. So, yeah, I do I do apologize a little bit for the there's a little bit of an angle. And you know what? It's like, yeah, if you're not used to like older gen stuff, this is probably a little bit of torture to you right now. But anyone of my generation or around that, this was pretty normal. The only way that people, you know, a lot of times that people submitted stuff, and this, like, I'm not going for like a speed run or anything like that, you know. This is nothing for, you know, to prove that like I am like a boss. I mean, if I would have recorded stuff when I was younger, yeah, I think this was, God. Oh, there's gonna be some of that too, you know, the old camera focus, and not sure what the focus was there, what the issue with the focus was there. But in the dungeon, in the dark rooms, it doesn't quite care for those. It loses focus a little bit, but you know, I did kind of mess with some settings after I recorded this to kind of like see if make things a little bit more vibrant. But you know, it's the best that I could really do. You know, I gotta mess with the TV settings. I mean, I'm using like an old school like HDD JVC camcorder, so it's got like a hard drive on it. But you know, I mean, it does the job. I did kind of adjust the TV position and stuff. There's that like top left sliver that's actually behind the TV. It's the wall. But I couldn't tell that because in the viewfinder on the camcorder, apparently the lens picks up just a little bit more than what's in the viewfinder. Or that was just like so difficult to see in the viewfinder, which is quite possible because it is like a 2 by 4 inch screen or something like that. I mean, it's not very big. It's essentially a wristwatch nowadays. So what I'm doing, yeah, is I'm trying to kill these guys. You gotta wait for them to stop moving before you can kill them. That's where I'm going to get the potion at, because Death Mountain's just a few screens over. So I'm gonna get the 68, and then I'm gonna get a little bit more, because the bow costs money. So I don't remember at this point in time when I go to. I think it gets around like 90 or something like that. Because I just wander away a few screens and collect and then work my way back. So there's some other games I also have in mind that I want to do. I mean, ultimately, I'd love to get a new computer that has a capture card, but now that computers are 30% more than what they were before, it's going to be a little bit longer. Because I'm going to need, like, something not, really expensive, but I'm going to want something that's going to at least have some kind of, it's going to have, like, some stuff built into it. I don't really know. As far as the PC recording and all that stuff goes, I need to brush up on all that. Also known as I need to get like a capture card and that kind of program, and that'd be nice because then I could actually like get a better editing software. Might have to invest a little money in that, but whatever. See what my options are. So yeah, I think at this point I'm just kind of like heading back. Yeah, this was... God. Maybe the third game I ever played? Fourth, maybe? Let's see, wait, when did this come out? I don't know. I know that the very first game that I actually ever played was Dragon Warrior. Before it became Dragon's Quest. So yeah, right now I'm heading back up to buy the potion and head into Death Mountain. And I'm good on bombs. It must be something about this screen. It does like to change the focus there. That's alright. Yeah, mainly I'd like to play through the second one, and at least again, because I did it when I was a kid. I actually have, see, yeah, there's one of the dark areas it's kind of has an issue with. Oh, hold on, excuse me a second. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. I actually have a map of the second quest that I got out of a old Nintendo Power magazine. So, I guess you could say it's cheating, but I beat all these games. It's not really cheating when you did it, right? When you did it without all of that stuff. So yeah, you can see like I've already came in here and done a little bit. I died in that room. The far left room was, I think, the room that I died in. Which is ironic. Because... Oh no, I have not got the silver arrow yet. Because there comes a point where I get just confused and I can't remember like where to go to actually get to Ganon. And it's that room. And I specifically like avoid that room like throughout a majority of this because I'm like, yeah, I've already been in that room. That room's trash, and forgot that there was stairs access there. So yeah, man, Wizrobes, man, those guys suck. These guys are pretty easy. I mean, especially like with the wand or even the candle. I like using the wand because like, I mean, there's not a lot of reasons to use it to be completely honest. But you know, it's just fun to use here. I use it when I can. You can use it on the likes. So right now, I think my goal is to try and get uh, the red ring, which I couldn't remember. I was trying to get to that, and I ended up like getting onto the other side, which I was close to getting the arrow, but yeah, like I said, I ended up dying. And then I was like, you know, maybe I'll record this. One thing is like, you should leave an enemy alive in each room so they all don't respawn. But this room is kind of difficult to do that because they're just gonna be in the way. So, oh, that's gonna happen. Yeah, I accidentally hit pause. That's gonna happen a few times. Like I hit start to like go into the menu instead of hitting select. Yeah, see how the focus is like woo. Hey man, shows it's old school, legit. Yeah, I forgot I had to bomb and go over, but I can't remember which rooms are bombable at this point. I think it is this one. It's the one with all the little. Yeah, it's this one. Which I didn't even go down this way the last time, which like duh. Yeah, there's a lot of moments where I'm gonna look at the map and kind of like try to make sure that I'm going the right way. Oh, I didn't mean to leave like that. I was just trying to back up. The trick to this guy is just kind of you have to get rid of I guess the flies that are around him. I mean, before you can actually strike him, and you got to kind of find the arc of everything, and just that's like the safest place to be. But the randomness in the movement, and they kind of twist a little bit. It's like these are one of these enemies that kind of like, I don't know if you dare say, gets a little 3D, you know, in a 2D world. You can see it spilling over onto the other side when he gets too close to the edge, but you can't hit him. Because it kind of, you know, it orbits around him and twists a little bit, so it's kind of hard to really actually, like, stand in one spot and just hit him. And this is an area, it's like, this is why you need, like, a lot of bombs. Yep, there I go, hitting the start button again when I meant to hit select. Because this whole path, like, that whole area, you just have to bomb through. Which there's really no reason to go to the bottom ones, the bottom two, because it's just keys. You don't need keys because you have the master key. Or at least should. I mean, I guess you don't have to have it, but it most certainly helps. You want to avoid those guys because they'll eat your shield. The Wizrobes, they're just pricks. The trick to the blue ones is like, once they get behind you, they start unloading on you. Like, it's horrible, and at this point in time they do a whole heart's worth of damage because I don't have the red ring yet. Which I think you bomb into this room and get it, or gets the stairs for it. I mean, it's a slog, man. These older games, they're just like unforgiving. I mean, obviously, I mean, if you're watching this, you probably, you know, already know what's what with The Legend of Zelda. Especially like the first one, because you're not just gonna be like, oh, the last level of this game I've never heard of. I'm just gonna, hey, you know. But if not, I guess, I'll explain what the little fairies. I think that's what they're called, skull fairies, or I can't remember, something fairies. But they don't do any damage, but they prevent you from being able to attack you. They essentially paralyze you. Bats. And there's a red ring, which will greatly reduce the damage that you take. It's kind of a, I mean, it's not a necessity for the dungeon, but man, does it help. Like, for example, if I had the ring when I went in, I'd probably have maybe only 5 less hearts. Now, this is the point where I'm kind of just trying to remember, like, exactly where to go. But I have all the bomb upgrades, so... And sometimes the enemies are kind of generous with the bomb drops. Hearts and fairies aren't so much in here, but bombs seem to be okay, and rupees are kind of alright. But most of the time, there's no drop. So, I need to get the silver arrow. And I think... Is this the area? There's an area where you're supposed to go over. I should have went down one more. This leads to the compass. So you have to bomb through the above room to get down. So essentially you need to bomb through the 2 rooms. Using the wand's really good, and the fire is good for the likes, because sometimes they'll just ram into it over and over again. Now it doesn't do as much damage as hitting them with the magical sword. I almost said the master sword. There is no master sword in this one, with the magical sword. But you also don't run the risk of them swallowing your shield. I mean, you don't want to be inside one of those things. There we go, hit and start again. Alright, so yeah, right now I'm going to go and get the compass. Man, I hate this room. Oh yeah, that's me forgetting that I had the bomb selected and thought it was still the... See? Yeah, I thought it was still the wand, because it creates fire, and fire lights up the rooms. Alright, I need to get a drink, so I'm going to pause. Well, I'm going to let this go, but I'm going to pause my talking for a moment. Alright, so how I was saying, like, other games that I would like to play, which I can ramble on about other things. I'm going to be wandering around for a little bit. I'm trying to, good old-fashioned lag. Yeah, there's going to be some rooms that are just going to lag. It's just something about the code. I don't know. Too many enemies or something. There's, oh, what's that, 8? No, there's at 7. The one with the dreadnoughts. Or, is that what they're called? The dark knots, or night dark nuts, or some shit like that. Little knights. There's some rooms that just, like, completely lag. Yep, there we go. But, anyways, I do have, one of those, like, NES emulators that they were selling. So I do have The Legend of Zelda 2, which is... I'm not gonna lie, I've never beat, because... I mean, if you know, you know, and you're not gonna really... I mean, do you blame me? it was just an act of, it was just so so frustrating. I did make it really far. I didn't actually own it either. It was one that I either played, I think, over at my cousin's house, or I rented. And if you remember anything about the days of renting, you know, if you couldn't progressively keep it rented out, you know, there's a good chance that by the time the next time you got it, somebody already erased your game. But I do have, I mean, I have all that stuff that's on there, so I could like play that stuff. So it's not, I mean, I guess that's retro, but it's not like, I don't know. It's the same code, I guess. I don't know. I just think, you know, they could have made some adjustments. So, but I, out of the top of my head, I can't remember. I do have Metroid on the NES. And I think I have River City Ransom. So that's a fun game. I wouldn't mind playing that one again. It's kind of funner with two people, but it's gonna be a solo run. Cause that one's just kind of, that's just a goofy game, and it's just fun. The River City series are really awesome. I used to have like, uh, what was it, the Super Dodgeball or whatever it was, like the dodgeball that was made by the people that did River City Ransom. What was the other one? There was another one too. There was Dodgeball and there was another one. I can't remember. But yeah, those were fun games. Those were fun games. So yeah, I got all that stuff, you know, that I could play. But I do want to do Metroid. But man, it's been so long. I don't remember really anything about Metroid. I mean, I guess I'll have, maybe I could just have a map up on my phone or something. Because that one, man, it's just, you get really lost really easy. These are moments where I'm just like, I'm trying to remember. There's like stairs over here, which, or is those the stairs? There's one stairs that just take you like a couple rooms over. They don't really take you anywhere. It's like at this point I'm really trying to remember, like from memory, how to complete this. It's funny because I didn't really have an issue with a lot of with all the other ones, but this one can be a little confusing. But you know what? In all honesty, it really shouldn't take but like 8 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. Yeah, I think it's about 10 minutes because there's a point towards the end, like I do have to stop and reset the audio recording because the max that I can get for the way that I was doing it is an hour. So I kind of got lucky around the 50-minute mark and remembered that. Thank God, otherwise I could have lost like the whole end and had no actual like game audio. That would have been ouch. Yeah, these are the stairs that just take you over to the room that's over, but I don't really remember that. I end up like going through the entire place. Oh, I forgot they were in here. This is no, it's like really good to use that just for that reason right there. I got lucky with them just like circling around over there. Sometimes they bounce around and go other places, but I got really lucky that they just decided to keep going in a circle. See, so I'm just like, okay, that just took me over to that place, which I don't need to be over that area. Now it's like the area, yeah, this line, you just keep going up. All these doors shut behind you as you go through them. They're like, it's a one-way path. And that little section, like, of rooms, starting with the next room to the right, that's like the empty little squares there to the right in the left area of where I am. That's where Ganon is. Now this, I don't remember where this takes. I think this is how you get to... Is this how you get to the arrow? Man, those bats. Yeah, man. I hate the wizard robes. It's just... They suck so bad. I don't know. Like I said, this is just a test. I'm gonna try to fine-tune it as best I can when I play through the second time. I mean, the way that it looks, this kinda is what it's gonna be. It's not gonna really get much better. I'm not entirely sure how I can make it brighter, to be honest. Yeah, that was close. That was like really, 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 really close. Yeah, these rooms suck because you have those little fairy things growing around and you can't attack. And then you got these guys just like pummeling the shit out of you with their magic. It is such a blessing to have that in this area. And there it goes. I mean, it was enough to help do the job. Yeah, this is one of those rooms, it's like you gotta know that that's there. That's why, man, this Death Mountain's just like such a pain in the ass. Okay, yeah, this is where the arrow is out. So this is, and now really all I need to do is just to go like back up the stairs. I just wanted to play with it, and I'm an idiot. It's a big dumb idiot. Like, oh, I can't. I'm getting my ass whipped by some bats. I mean, that's a common thread in this game. Let's be real. We've all got thunked by a bat in a dumb way. See, all I need to do is just go back down those stairs and then just go up back to the room that I died in, kill everyone in it, and then the stairs will appear. And instead, I wander around like a big dummy, bombing everything that I can. I think I do pick up more bombs, because I don't leave. I remember vaguely when first time when I was a kid, like having to leave like so many times to go buy potions. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I do have Dragon Warrior, and that's a fun one. I wouldn't mind playing through that one again. It's just sometimes, with some of those, not sometimes, with some of those, I don't really know how to approach them. Like if I just do, play it a little bit, and then just like kind of show highlight moments, because, those are just grinders. There's even moments in this game, where I'm just going to have to be grinding for money to be able to buy the ring and other stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, I think I will, for at least this one, do 2 versions. One that, has me talking over it, and maybe one that just doesn't. That's just raw. Just the game noise. See, I just gotta go straight up. I just gotta go up, go back to that room. Or even that way. Or actually, can I? I don't know. Maybe those rooms do connect if you bomb through. I think if you hit them and it causes fire, if they get hit by the fire, they'll just split into little ones. Okay, yeah, it does. See, I'm just like, yeah, that's that room. I'm like, I died in that room. I don't need to go in that room. Running away from where I should need to be. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how how it goes. What adjustments I can make and all that stuff. I mean, I got a lot of other stuff still that I'm editing through that I'm slowly putting out there, but I don't know. This was actually kind of easy to do, and I just wanted to give it a shot. Like you can hear the boss, like that's the boss noise. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't need to run, because I've already done something, so it's like I can just run through. I think I don't know. Remember what you get here? I think it's just rupees. But it's kind of good to get him out of the way. He's kind of like a mini boss, I guess. Yeah, see how it like twirls and kind of like rotates like that? That's why I'm like, you know, quote unquote 3D, but they don't move in a very linear path. It's a little abstract, focused around his movements. Yeah, see the door is closed behind you, so like you can only go up. They're a little close to use the fire because they can't run away. Oh, that's right. You pick up bombs. You kind of think like, oh, you gave me bombs, so use them? Which I don't think it works in this room. Nope. And I knew it wasn't gonna work in the other room. Yep, got it. Compass, feel ya, Triforce. I think I just walked into that. Oh, I think I'm forced. Yeah, I don't realize it, but I'm forced to go the other way. Yeah. I don't think, I don't think these motorcycle. I don't think those guys respawn. And shit vibrates my floors. Man. That's the other thing too, like using the wand, like when you can't. He actually swallowed me and I killed him at the same time. But yeah, because you can't use your sword, so you can at least use the wand. I think you can bomb through that wall. Which I thought I selected the bombs. Which, that's how you get out. Because you're blocked in, so you bomb your way out. If you get, well, you do get stuck over here. Because this way doesn't lead to anything. Apologize for the motorcycles. It's a nice day, finally. It's not 100 degrees outside. I mean, the sun's down now, so it's even cooler, but jeez. Even when the sun was down, it was still like 80. Freaking anywhere from 60 to 80% humidity. It would rain for like half an hour, and then the sun would come right out, and it's like, oh, yay. Yeah, so this is just like a vicious cycle here where you're just stuck. So unless you bomb that one room that I was in the first time to get over, you're just stuck in a loop. That's why they give you bombs, you know? I mean, if you waste them, that's on you, but they at least, you know, give you the ability to get out. Yeah, I'm really confused because I know, like, the bottom, like the right portion, there's that section that's missing, like in the bottom right. I know that those like 3 rooms are just nothing. I don't, you know, and I keep telling myself like there's nothing there, but I'm like maybe I missed something, and that the other rooms in the center that I'm missing, that's just a loop. And I'm just not taking into account going back into the room that I died in initially. So I think I end up heading over into the bottom right and wasting my time over there. See, it's like I didn't kill everyone in this room, so it's like just the one guy respawns. Maybe to avoid that, I turn the autofocus off. I wonder if it'll still go autofocus when it gets dark. I don't know. I have to test that. That'll definitely be something I can take. Look, I can control. Because I do have the autofocus on for the camera. A lot of the stuff I just left on auto, like the white balance and all that stuff. It's kind of hard to tell a lot of the settings without them being hooked up to a monitor, but I don't have anything I can, like, monitor-wise that I can hook up to it that would work. Because, like, unfortunately, it doesn't have... I can't use it like a webcam. I can only... when it connects to the computer, it reads it as a hard drive disk. It's like an external, so... Because that's what I was hoping for. That I could do that, but unfortunately not. Alright, well, my headset died, and when it died, I lost the whole last 20 minutes because after I was talking about the camera, I decided I was going to reset the recording. So here it is tomorrow, and I'm re-recording this end portion, and I'm a little concerned because my headset still said it was charging, and it's been charging for like 12 hours. So it's, I doubt the physical break in it has anything to do with that. It's acting like my previous set did not too long before the battery just stopped holding the charge. I mean, they do get a lot of use. I use them for, recording stuff on my computer, doing this, and, when I'm playing games and stuff, kind of have to. I mean, you've heard all the motorcycles and cars and all the stuff in the background, when I'm recording, so sometimes it's kind of a necessity, especially with the band practicing across the street. Yeah, I'm wandering around. Here shortly, I end up heading down to that bottom right section of that, like, 3 or 4 rooms, whatever it is, that I haven't gone into. Because I know I don't need to. Because there's just keys in there, but yeah, I'm heading there now. I mean, ultimately, I'll be heading back to where that one room I just was in with the Riz ropes. So I think I go through here, and then have I looped around that? There's that little 4 loop in the entrance area. It's just a loop, unless you go into the stairs. See, there's a key, and then when you clear out the next room you go into, you get a key too. Kind of sucks because I'm just like wasting life here. They're hard to dodge because they just keep blasting and coming at you, and you turn and you don't get out of the way quick enough, you get hit. That's a good grab. That's, makes this room much easier. The focus, yeah. I'm gonna play with the autofocus. Definitely gonna play with that. See if, because I mean, ideally if I turn it off and just set the focus for where I need it, even when it shouldn't go so much out of focus. But that's something I gotta play with. And, well, I was talking about other things right now. Yeah, that's where I'm thinking about. I'm knowing that that's just a circle area and there's nothing there, but I'm like, I haven't been there, so I need to go there because I'm second guessing myself. But after I do that, then I get it figured out, Start to kind of figure out that the one room that I haven't been in this entire run is the one room that I need to go to. So, but I went through a lot of games last night to see what worked and what didn't. As one would expect, there's just a handful of them that no matter how much pushing and cardboard and blowing and all the other shit that you do to it, it just wouldn't work. But there's some of them that just started right up. So, like Battletoads and Ninja Gaiden 2, which I used to have Ninja Gaiden 1. I used to have a lot more games, but they got sold at a garage sale, unbeknownst to myself, until after the fact. I had a whole huge Super Nintendo collection too. I mean, I have a Super, but man, I have like 6 or 7 games, one of which being Earthbound. I wouldn't mind actually doing a playthrough of that. That's a fun game. It's kind of weird when it came out, like nobody really liked it. I mean, shit, I remember the box for that was huge because it came with the like quote-unquote strategy guide, which was essentially just an oversized instruction manual. It came with like scratch and sniff stickers and posters and a bunch of other stuff, and I had all that stuff. The box was probably somewhere in storage somewhere, I think, in a box from one of the moves. But yeah, I still had the book and the game and all that. I mean, I have the book and the game now. I've reinvested in it in my late 20s. It was a little expensive then because it became like a cult classic. But I really liked that game. I thought it was, I liked RPGs, to begin with, so I really enjoyed that game. I thought it was really cool, really unique. Hit pause instead of map. I'm trying to think of like what places have I bombed, what places haven't I bombed. I think what I'm trying to do is get into the 2 rooms over there, but the only way you can get into those rooms is from the stairs in the room that I haven't gone into yet. So I haven't quite figured that out yet. But yeah, I mean, I gotta buy a new headset apparently because I mean the break in it is crazy. You know, it's just a stress fracture, I guess, that ended up just going the whole way. I mean, the cable's still connected, but the actual hard casing is not, and it's broke right where the headband adjusts. So it's a very awkward place for it to be broke, and I tried to like glue it together, but I couldn't get the right angle for it. Okay, let's see. I think this is I'm heading back to the beginning to go to those 3 rooms that I know that I don't need to. I think I'm heading back to that staircase that takes you back to the entrance. Or like, you know, that entrance area. Because the map, I mean, I guess technically it's kind of split up into like 3 or, well, I guess like 4 sections, but I guess it depends on how you want to look at it. I mean, the entrance area is just one giant chunk, and then you have the stairs that take you to like this portion right here. I always thought that this was kind of weird. Like the ladder tunnel transition areas, just because it was kind of like the way you go up the ladder, it just always like kind of looked weird. God, I hate this room. Don't even need to be here. Man, these wizrobes. And that's the thing, it's like, oh, he got stuck in a glitch. The ones, them, man, you may be able to kill them in one hit, but you have to wait for them to go solid. And the fact that they just like kind of show up wherever they want. Not sure what the thought process was there. At least I got more bombs. I mean, that's a good drop. Don't really need those. I think, yeah, go down to this room, and then obviously I head back. Or is it here? Maybe it's one of these next few rooms that I kind of like get it figured out of where I need to go. Because here around the 50-minute mark I had to reset because the way that I was recording the audio from the PlayStation from the Nintendo, I could only record for a max for an hour. Yeah, it's like I need to upgrade my setup like severely, but other things came first. I just had to replace the brakes on my car, so that was a almost $700 investment. Kind of ate into some of the money I had set aside. Or I should say, all of the money I had set aside. There was no more set aside now. That, and I had to get 4 new tires over the past 3 months, so I've dumped a lot of money into my car the past few months. It's a little unfortunate, but it's what happens. Yeah, I think at this point I'm like debating. I'm like, okay, Yeah, okay. This is around the time that I get it figured out. I actually, because I stop and I reset the recording, and then I get some laundry going, and I think I even like get something to eat, something to drink. I just take a moment, and then I went and looked because I have like an original map like that came with the game. Like I still have, even though I didn't, you know, like my original game and all that stuff got sold, but I still had like the map and the instruction manual and some of the other stuff like separated. So, because I did that, I would like take the manuals out and all that stuff and keep those like somewhere else and then just keep the game. Because sometimes it was just easier to get the game back in with all that stuff in there. So I just would keep those separate from all that. So I have, some manuals and stuff like that for stuff I don't even have anymore. So yeah, but I did some stuff. So there'll be a transition here. I think unless we already hit it and oh, I think it was just here. Like there you can tell a difference because like I said, I'm recording from the camcorder. So it got much darker in the evening or the evening got much darker. So there's like a little shift of it gets a little darker. Because even though I'm doing this, I still have to get stuff done. Because there's only certain, I can't really do a lot of recording at night after work because the damn band's practicing. And literally they're like across the street. They're practically standing on the sidewalk on the other side of the street in that like little grassy field in front of the school. You know, I'm a first down away from a drum line. So it makes it rather difficult to record. There's no way to like get around all that. So I just have to wait it out, and if they're practicing until like 9:30, 9:45, there's just some nights where I just can't record. So I'm heading back now to the stairs over here, and then I'm gonna head to the room that I died in originally. The first time, my only death, my death room. And it's like you have to kill all the enemies before this will even be like accessible. That's like a big thing in this game is clearing out rooms in order for things to move. Should just, I think, but just head straight up. Yeah, or no, I need to head over left 2 rooms and up 2 rooms and then left. Almost got pang there. Like that bat hit an invisible wall. This is where I'm second guessing like the stairs. I'm like, is it these stairs? I'm like, no. I'm debating because I do have a map of the second quest. I know I kind of discussed that earlier, but I don't know. I think I might just use it just because like I said, I've done this before. Nope, we gotta keep going up. Because I don't think you can get into that. Oh, you can. Actually, I think you can. Maybe you can. Yeah, I think it's a locked door. I don't know why I hesitated there. I could have just walked right through. Don't know why I did that either. They're immune to fire. The only thing the sword's the only thing you can use on them. This room, I hate this room. This room sucks. This is the room I died initially. I was backing up to dodge one of these guys and wasn't thinking about the trap on the right side, and then I just got popped. Because I was backing up to use the potion. I should have just used the potion and took the hit. You know? But I was trying to keep the full life so I could have the sword laser. I don't need to clear these guys out, but it's easier to get rid of them because you have to try to drop a bomb and then deal with the traps all at the same time. With these guys just randomly showing up. Hit pause. Sometimes there's a delay because, like, even it's hard to see. I don't know why I did that. It's on the left. But it's hard for me to even see the cursor, like, on the TV. I mean, it's truly old school this. I do have an old CRT, but it'll have those weird lines when it's recording, so the refresh of the screen, but you don't get that with the HD TVs nowadays. But I do have Duck Hunt, so if I do, actually I have the gun too. If I actually plan on playing Duck Hunt, I have to do that because it will not work on the new TVs because it's not glass. It needs that reflective surface. Essentially, what you're doing is, you know, you're shooting at the TV, but it has to come back to the gun. That's how it, like, knows where you're shooting at. That went rather nice. There's sometimes where you just get that right spot and you can just do, but most of the time it's just a lot of dodging. Yeah, it sucks. Initially when I was recording this, my headset died, like, right here. Like, maybe 10 more seconds, like, right before I killed him. So I had to, like, stop and restart. So it's like I have that last little 3 minutes, but, you know, no point. Yeah, this is not a hard battle. The hardest part is the hide and seek that you're playing right now. Just trying there, and then but I got popped. Because he's shooting them, and I think the things from the side shoot too. Unless that was him popping it from the side, and I just missed that. Oh, the potion. Which is stupid, because if I could have ended, it would have been over right there. But, you know, I'm fumbling the ball right here. I was concerned about dying, because each hit takes a heart, so... I mean, see, it's not a hard battle at all. To be honest, there's harder boss fights. This is for good measure. And like moron, I don't know what I thought was gonna happen there. But yeah, there we are. There's at least just the end, the last fumbling through that crap. Which, you know, in all honesty, like, Death Mountain can take you like 10 minutes to do. It's hard to see the names in red. That's a little unfortunate. jam with this a little bit. You know, you earned it, right? This is part of your reward. This little song. But you can only hear here. Hear here. So yeah, from here, uh, we'll do the second one. I'll have to play with some of the settings. I have to figure out, like, what time of the day is the best to record. So, because I'll have to keep that kind of consistent. Or we'll just see the gradual change as the day goes, you know, depending on how long I'm playing and when I'm playing. So, yeah, there you go. You get your little sword to show that you did it. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. You know, I'll definitely have the second part coming out. Bye.